Today I wanted to talk about like defense, instant blocking, and like the context of instant blocking, the context of instant blocking, and like what it means in relation to the game, right? So, firstly, let's start off with like the most important thing, right? Timing. Think twice if they're turning you. Yeah. So timing is really important, obviously, right? Since you need like you have a 2 frame window. What's up, Travis? Thank you again for the sub. 4 months, baby. Thank you, thank you. All right, but yes, so you have a 2 frame window, so it's pretty tight. But there's a secret, right? Especially in a game like this game. So the secret is not finding, but it's understanding. Holy moly! I'm gonna like just go with text instead. This is too rough. Wait, I have to use Pro to. Oh, fuck that. I have to buy Pro if I want to do that. Fuck. I wish I had a stylus right now. Understanding. Common typing. This is so hard, guys. Hey, you want to see my handwriting? Where's my camera? I moved it. Look how much different my handwriting is with an actual. Fuck this camera, dude. With an actual pen. It's so much neater. This way. So much neater. Alright. So in Strive is stagger pressure, right? Oh, Zen Vulgarity. Thank you for the resub. So there's stagger pressure, and in Strive especially, stagger pressure is very the window is huge, right? But what if I told you there's a common timing for stagger pressure? The secret of the common stagger timings are there's one. Oh, that's bad. Let's change the color too. One, there's immediate. She left. She got annoyed with me. And then there's two. There's the late or recovered timing. There's a recovered timing. So now you're probably gonna be like, what do you mean? Immediate timing is usually used when, usually in further ranges, to add pressure, as well as like right after the initial or right after the second one. So it's either used in two ways, right? Further range or mid-range, hit confirming, or it's used after. Holy crap, you can't see it. After two. How much is the scores? Thinking it's... So the other one, obviously, is 2. And what is the late recovered mean? Usually, in a game like this with stagger pressure, you want to delay the stagger as much as possible. Why? Because it maximizes one, pushback, and 2, it maximizes your frame advantage. All right. Oh, my camera's in the way. Shit. I gotta put... Hold on. What if I do it like this? No, that's not it. Where is it? This one. Oh no. Oh no. I got... What if I move my camera? I should probably just move my camera, right? And turn off the border. I'll just put it here. Alright. Peripheral, thanks for the sub. Thank you, thank you. Big brain eating, I see. Yes, yes. So, when you look at it like this, right? The most obvious and common timing that you would stagger your pressure in a Gatling is going to be near the end, or you're going to fully let it recover if you have advantage frames. Right? So just by that alone, this allows you to target... Wait, clear the screen. Alright, so now, because you understand that, now you can target specifically... Target timing 2. Fuck. Timing 2. Alright? The Zoom technical difficulties. Alright, so like a lot of times you'll see it, like especially Soul is like the best example because a lot of times you'll see this, right? Or you'll see this. So you'll see it like this, right? So in this case, the second part in this block string is the latest you can Gatling for it to confirm into a combo as well. So by that, now you can just isolate the target and practice here. Right? Because now you understand, like, this timing is the latest you can do for it to maximize the pushback as well as the Gatling to be a natural combo. Right? Important for Naga too, sort of, yeah. So then, because of this, if you get that IB, I want you to understand the implications of it. Well, let me not IB first. Let me show you, right? So, if you see it here, Soul is right here, right? In this instance, it's really a bad idea to try and challenge Soul in this respect, because he's not in a position where your fast buttons can challenge well. And on top of that, he has, since he did Far Slash, the threat of heavy is a big deal. right? And if you get counter hit by this heavy, you're asking for death, right? Whereas if you IB, ooh, crap. I'm still not used to this. Sorry, guys. Whereas if you IB, right? Fuck. Alright. Now, as you can see, well, this is bad, right? Because it doesn't really represent it as well. So let's just say the distance in yellow, you would be here, and Soul's over here, right? So the threat is high. But now with IB, you're here, and Soul's right in your face. Right? Right in your face at +2. What does this mean? Well, the implication is, the context of this now is, at +2, the pressure is not as threatening, right? If he recovers. If he fully recovers, the pressure is not as threatening. So why is that? Because one, you have a 2-frame throw. This is the most important thing. If you think about it, right, what are Soul's fastest buttons, right? Soul has Soul buttons. Soul has a 3-frame 5K, a 4-frame 2P 5P, right? These are his fastest buttons. So if he fully recovers, 2P is 5. Okay, my bad. Let me erase that. 4-frame 5P and a 5-frame 2P. 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So he has 3-frame 5K, 4-frame 5P, 5-frame 2P. If Soul recovers and tries to do any of these, he has 1 frame, or 1 to 2 frames, right? No, he has a one frame window to throw this out, to use 5K, and you won't get thrown. If he has this, he'll get thrown because you have throw priority. If he does this, then he gets thrown because you have throw priority. Or it's faster. It's not impossible because you can just mash it, right? But it just means the timing is really strict. Alright? The buffer does help. It's 1 frame, right? Because there's a buffer, input buffer. So you have to look at the frame data, right? Shift 1. So let's look at Soul's frame data. Here's Soul. So // is 2 frames active, 13 recovery, right? Two frames active, 3 frames recovery. Then you have to take attack level into account. Let me get to that in a little bit, peripheral. So there's 15 frames that Soul can 15 frames that Soul effectively can cancel his far slash into 5H. Right? That's not a big window for someone to notice that instant block and be able to respond, right? Usually when you start doing your pressure, you have a set idea of how you want to pressure in mind, right? So in this 15 window, Soul can stagger into 5H. But then you have to remember he's only 2 frames of advantage, and this is 11 frames of startup. So that means the window in which Soul can effectively 5H is even smaller than that 15 frame window. Because if Soul goes for this if Soul goes for the 5H, let me clear it. If Soul goes for the 5H and he goes for the maximum delay value, max delay, there's a roughly 6, I want to say anywhere from 5 to 7 frame. 5 to 7 frame gap. Right? Because like if you try and 2P, you'll get counter hit. But if you get throw, he's stuck right in your face and can't leave, right? So he'll get thrown. Right? If he tries to repressure with 5S, we already know that just by 3 frame barely winning, then he'll get thrown here again. Right? So then, now because of this, just this threat here, just by being right here, Soul is in a position where he has to overcommit. Or he has to commit further. He has to commit harder, right? If he wants to keep pressuring. This means he has to either 5H earlier or he has to special cancel. Cancel. Right? So what does this mean? Well, if he does 5H, and now he's barely pushed out, usually, right? Because you'll be blocking crouching. Crouching keeps you closer to the opponent. So now he's at -2. What the heck? What happened? Oh, shit. He's at -2. And if he special cancels, this is an even bigger commit, right? Big commit. Really minus. Really negative. Get it? You guys get it? Can I get some thinkums in the chat? Is my chat thing not working? Did it break? I lost you 20 minutes ago. Are you listening? Yeah. So he has to commit, Soul has to commit harder, right? He has to do like way more to try and keep you in a position where you feel threatened. I might put this on YouTube. I don't know. Alright. Okay, so now this is if he wants to go on the offense. Stay on offense. What about... what about on defense? Let's check defense. On if he chooses that he doesn't want to deal with this, he can back off. But because of walk speed, he can't walk back. Can't walk back. Why? Because he'll get thrown. Alright? This means his only options are to backdash, tech a throw, jump, or use throw and volt. Like go airborne or wild throw. Right? So, if you look at it this way, right? Most people, when they start the offense, they don't recognize the instant block fast enough, right? Because you're already on this mode. Your mode is switched that I'm on offense, I need to pressure. So, throw is a big threat in this regard. But if you are able to recognize the instant block and the threat of it, this is big deal. This is a big deal because it punishes throw. Right? Oh, that's bad. Sorry. Punishes throw. Alright? This is, wow. This is net neutral. Yikes. Neutral. This is neutral. Right? This beats throw. Beats throw. And then this beats throw. Alright. So, obviously, your big punishes, or like your big reward value, is actually going to be backdash, jump, or your throw and volt, right? Which is wild throw. Wild throw. Wild throw. Fuck. This is so hard with this screen. Wild throw. Oh no, it's... Fuck, where do I put my camera? Put my camera up here? Shrink it? Alright. Wild throw. Alright. On the timer, you're right. Let's just put it right here in the center. Alright. But then, in the value of reward on wild throw, this gets damage. But it also loses positioning. All right. Is tech the throw worst option? No, throwing here is a good option for you as the defender. So because you lose positioning, obviously in a risk reward or min max kind of situation, you don't want to opt for this unless you can kill. I like in a min max. So in min max, only good with meter or to kill. Yes, it is. Throw is the best layer 1 option. Alright. It's only good with meter or to kill. Right? So ideally, your best choices are right here, backdash, and jump. Did I see Yo versus Show at Wrestle Grand Slam? I watched like a little bit, but I heard Show joined Bullet Club, which is weird. So backdash and jump. So on the layer 1, backdash, alright, throw whiffs, big damage. Alright. And then on jump, throw whiffs, medium damage. Right? Medium damage. So obviously, on the layer 1 scale, on the layer 1 level, you want to maximize the value of it, right? So now this becomes, backdash becomes your best answer. Alright? So if Soul backdashes, he goes from here to like here. Alright? This is where layer 2 is important. Right? Really? Word. We'll just go with medium. So he goes from there to there. So this opens up layer 2 once they start showing the backdash. And what is layer 2 on offense or defense? The layer 2 is Soul gave up advantage. For safety. Right? What does this mean? This means momentum shift and then it also means roles reversed. Finger balls. So the roles are reversed, meaning Soul is now the defender. Soul now the defender. And you are the attacker. You are attacker. Right? I'm so sorry, Tifu. But it must be done. It must be done. Yeah, it just adjusts spacing gear. So now that that happens, right? This creates this creates big RPS. Fuck me, dude. All right. Here. Creates big RPS. Right. So now no longer is it guaranteed for Soul to be on the offensive, and it's not guaranteed that you're on the defensive. Right? And if you think about it in this regard, big win for the defender. Just by representing instant block throw, the defender has opened up our big dub. Big dub, right? Because now the defender, or at least Soul has to worry about throw. Because Soul has to worry broke out the caps lock, yeah. Soul has to worry about throw. And the defender has to worry about backdash, or jump. Right? If you don't feel like challenging, if you don't feel safe to challenge, right? What happens is you, the defender, can't just backdash. You can just backdash. And now you have moved back to here. And Soul is either up here, over here, here, or somewhere in the sky somewhere, right? Somewhere in the sky. Or he's whiffing 5k. Yes, you're right. Maybe. Yeah, he should be whiffing 5k if he does 5k. So this is a big part of defense in Strive. Because immediately on the white flash, the person on offense has to make a quick choice. Do I commit harder and make it more risky, less safe, to keep offense up? Or do I give up the offense and go back to neutral, potential neutral, right? And so it's kind of weighted true RPS, like 50-50, right? The favor is not in either person's the advantage is not in either person's favor. It's just who gets the right read on there. But this doesn't ever happen until the person realizes what's happening and understands what's happening. Otherwise, you just get there all day and the momentum shifts. Right? Now, say you miss the IB timing on the initial start. Right? Say you miss the IB timing on the initial start and you don't feel comfortable. Right? You don't feel safe anymore because you missed this, right? You missed the far slash. The first far slash where he starts right here, okay, right? And you don't want him anywhere in your face. This is where IBFD comes into play. Now, as you can see, look how far my boy went. Look how far my boy went. He went from being here, pushed out, all the way to here. So what does this do? Alright? This means you got basically pushed back to neutral. Neutral positioning. And you get to fight all over again. First position, advantage, everything. This isn't 6S, that was just far slash 5H. Now, where is this most beneficial to you, right? Where is this the most beneficial? Why? In the quarter. In the quarter. You saw what just happened? The 5H whipped. And because the 5H whipped, you can just go and hit him. Whoop. I didn't actually wait for the 5H to recover. Isn't that crazy? Oh, IBFD. Now we get to the point where I can talk about IBFD. What does IBFD do? IBFD pushes back and no one is ready for IBFD, right? It pushes back and it tends generally to force a whiff. Which creates punish. Punish. To IBFD, you just hold FD when you're doing IB. You hold the buttons before you tap back. YouTube content pog. Maybe. Alright. So we have this established. So let's go to someone else. Let's go to a different character. Because now that you understand there's a common timing, just from understanding there's a common timing in stagger pressure, and you know where to target your instant blocks. Alright, so let's go over someone like Ram. Like, usually Ram, once you get quartered, right, she'll do something like this to try and keep you locked in. Right? I didn't record that. Or whatever. It should be like this. Or whatever like that, right? So against Ram, your goal is to IBFD the normal. IBFD the normal right after she throws a sword. If you can't IB the close slash or whatever, the initial thing that pushes her out, your goal is to IBFD or FD her out. FD her out. So that way she can never come back to her sword and repressure. Alright? See? She has to, like, try and make it a truer box ring. But you can start moving forward and contest, right? You can move forward to contest as well. Or, like, throw out a button so that she can't come back to the sword. She can't pressure you with that H sword anymore, right? Like, she won't have it. She'll just have this. Or try and S sword you, right? Alright. And then now as well, a lot of times you'll see Ram do like something like this to start it or whatever. You see that? She can't try to keep you locked down. You just move forward, right? You move forward and you protect the sword. So in situations where the pressure and set play become very problematic, IBFD is the true goal, not IB, rather than IB. Of course, like, you can, if you can get this, you can throw her out, right? because there's a gap and she's not pushed out. Do you recover faster using 6p through the sword? You ain't getting that. Because if she does 2k, you're getting hit out of 6p. The problem is you can't... the 2k makes contact and the sword explodes. So your goal is to get her away from you as far as possible. It's not exactly to challenge her. It's you need to get her away from you. Furious Pillow, thanks for the raid. Right. And if you can't get the IBFD timing, she's in throw recovery, or she's in throw range. No, Blossoming, no, look. It's true block string. Yeah, you can't 6p out because it's the 5k is designed, the 5k and 2k is designed there to lock you at block studs so the explosion can go off and she can put you into a situation where you feel threatened, right? And you have to hold that. You didn't know she was... Is this matchup as bad as it seems? It's okay. Maybe slightly ramp favor. Alright. This is also especially important against a character like Jacko. Because Jacko's servants, when she does attack call, is plus 15. So, against Climatize, I wasn't respecting this. Climatize was doing this, and I wasn't respecting it. What? Right? So plus 15 and then close slash or whatever. But if you IBFD her out, what that happens is it creates a bigger gap or a bigger distance from her to you. She only gets far slash. Right? So you have to look at the logic of the game and like in which instances are these... which instance do I need to get them away, or I need to keep them in? Is the streamer cheating? What's up, Sejan? Thank you, Kung Fu, for the resub. Alright, so now you're not in as shitty of a situation as you normally would be, right? Because now she's not in close slash range where she can re-pressure you. Other instances where it's like important to is like this 2k2d, because she has to kick, right? Otherwise she dies. But what happens if you IBFD her? Oh my god, I'm bad. She whiffs. Right? If you let this rock, this is plus 2, right? So she can just back off. Yes, exactly. Because there's a much smaller Gatling window on 2K and 5K, it means the timing is stricter. So it's more autopiloted. The important thing is to know when the sweep is coming, or if you want to challenge, you want to IB the kick, but the reward is not as good because she can just backdash or jump or like run away, right? Right? So rather than trying to challenge it, you want to IBFD it and force it to whiff. Like, forget even thinking about forcing this RPS situation because she's trying to put herself into a plus. You want her to the thing about Jacko is you want her to never get in a situation where she can get plus because her buttons are very oppressive. Right? She has. You saw how far that hit? It's far as fuck. This button's actually way further than it looks. That button's far. This is far. There's two approaches to Jacko, right? You either get in her face, and you just do not let her breathe, or you shut down minions. Like you don't even try and acknowledge this area right here. You don't want to acknowledge this middle ground. It's either you want to be full screen or you want to be in her face. So in that regard, like, right? If she starts getting on you, you need to get her out. Are there situations in general where you should aim for IBFD on wake up by default if they start throwing you on your wake up? And that's a good question because this opens up another part, right? So usually, right, if you IBFD for normal characters, if you IBFD or IB the meaty, you can throw them or whatever, right? But what happens if they just like fake a jump and throw you again? Well, actually, you can time an IB fuzzy jump or IB backdash, right? It's like about a 5 frame or so. Yeah, it's very important to know how to do this. If you're gonna IB the meaty, that you need to learn to IB fuzzy jump. And then what does that create? That creates a staggered meaty to catch jump startup. So once again, there's more depth. It opens up more options for you and more options that the opponent has to acknowledge and shut down. Yeah, a delayed meaty, if you delay button against the fuzzy jump, you're targeting the fuzzy jump, the jump startup. You fuzzy backdash with the dash macro, right? Or you're targeting the backdash, the recovery frames where it's not invuln. But then that opens you up to, getting challenged on, like, thrown or buttoned. Next step is you throw them or you button and challenge them. That is fighting game RPS. And it's something people don't realize, you know? But all fighting games are heavily hypotheticals, right? How did I get so good at IBFD? I practiced. I practiced in training mode. Fighting games are all hypotheticals. Right? They can either, like, you can worry about what if they do but the real thing is you don't worry, you don't care until it's showed. Travis, yes. Las Vegas, yes, it is. Yes, exactly, Nora. Until it's shown, there's nothing to worry about. Right? But once it is shown, that means once it is shown, once the hypothetical is shown, you respond by rotating options. Right? You respond by rotating the options. But this all hinges on you stopping them initially. Isn't that crazy? I do practice my handwriting. That's facts, actually. But yes, this is what I wanted to talk about